how you guys doing? What's going on? Welcome to Deep New or News. I am your host, Gigi Medici, and I got some more updates for us about the Steve Harvey, Lori Harvey, the Michael B. Jordan, her new boyfriend, the whole saga. Guess what? Her new boyfriend is speaking up. He got a lot of stuff to say. Now, he's been known to be a big actor on the TV screen as well. And I just want to know, what is he saying about all this? That Lori Harvey was trying to get back with Michael B. Jordan after he got that Oscar. Now he's speaking up. You know, Steve Harvey pretty much was telling Lori he don't want anything to do with her anymore, that she was spoiled and rotten. And he's had it up to here. You know, so it's going to be interesting, this video I came across. Like I say, I don't know if everything in here is true. You guys know how social media is. I mean, there's gossip, there are lies, there's truth. I don't know, but let's watch it anyway, okay? So join me. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe here again at the Deep New Orleans News. And I just want to say thank you all from the bottom of my heart for those of you that have been liking the post, subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate it. Please keep them coming, okay? All right, so let's see what's going on.
Right after that, I went through my very first public breakup. Now, most people after a breakup are like, I'm gonna get in better shape.
This is his first public breakup. So, you know, this is major. I mean, for it to be your first public breakup, I'm sure he's probably feeling some type of way. I didn't know it was his first public, but let's go.
But I was already in Creed shape. So I had to be like, all right, I guess I'll learn a new language. Anyway, estoy en raya. After the breakup, everyone thought I was so heartbroken because when the news came out, I was at a basketball game and they caught me looking like this.
Well, you're such a young up-and-comer. Everyone's curious about you and your life.
That's her other man,
dating, what
the
you're all
dark-skinned
about.
one.
Oh, yeah. So
that's her other man.
There? Yeah. What's going on in that department?
I'm being humble with it. I'm being private. I'm putting the career and that in separate worlds. It's hard to navigate today.
How do you do that? Because honestly.
Now tell me this, why do all these men want the same girl that's been ran through from Diddy and everybody else? If I was a man, I wouldn't want Lori Harvey. I'm sure there's plenty of other girls that have not been touched that everybody hasn't been touching on. You know, I want me a brand new one. But for whatever reason, they like to use the same old used car.
I mean, look, this is how it goes. You know, you go on a show, you talk about your project, but everyone's like,
I will say this. I heard about his ex and him was so serious that he may have missed her.
Damson Idris is finally speaking out after Lori was exposed for trying to sneak back into Michael B. Jordan's life amidst his Oscar win. And girl, he clowned the hell out of her. It was already embarrassing enough that Michael was ignored.
Oh my God, did y'all hear that? Oh my God, he clowned the hell out of her. Well, you shouldn't have never messed with that girl. You should have just had a good time with her and go on. I don't know why these guys are getting in their feelings. Why y'all getting emotional about this? If I was a man, I want me a woman that can cook and clean, shut the hell up and be humble. I wouldn't want a diva that's all about her, that's too much drama and too much energy, when I can just get me a person that look just like her, because there's so many pretty girls out here, that be humble and be thankful and not going around from that man, that man, that man. But maybe they like all that. I don't know. Or maybe she's really a paid house prostitute. I think she's a paid prostitute. And I think these men probably really want a white woman, but they need a black woman for their image. That's what I'm thinking. Or they want another man. I don't know.
Her when she reportedly tried to call him to congratulate him, but now her own man is done with her too. Like, girl, who asked for your congratulations? That man ain't worried about you. Why are you calling his phone? Hell, why do you even still have his number when you are supposed to be in a whole other relationship? Mind you, her relationship with Damson is already on the rocks. So the fact that she did this clown mess might really just be the final push Damson needed to leave her run-through tail for good.
Get these likes up, y'all.
Now, as most of y'all know, Michael B. Jordan recently won his first Oscar for Best Actor, making him the sixth black man to ever win that category. And of course, this got a lot of people congratulating him. However, the last person anyone was expecting to also do that was Lori Harvey, especially since she and her mama Marjorie had the nastiest things to say about him after their breakup. Hell, she even came for her daddy Steve when he was caught cutting it up with Michael at a basketball game just a few months ago.
Right.
So you can imagine our shock when it was reported that she was trying to get in touch with Michael again. Apparently, she tried to reach him several times right after he won, but he ignored her and even told his team to block all access to him. Immediately, this news reached social media.
Oh, Michael ain't playing with these hoes. Michael hurt. He said, nah, he don't want no access. That's good for Michael, because most men are weak. They're going to want to hear what she got to say. They're going to want to talk. What the fuck we need to talk for? Don't talk to her. Hang up. Man up. Stop being in your feelings, man. The fuck? Okay? Stop being weak.
Yeah, people had a lot to say, and they wasted no time dragging the hell out of her. Everyone was trash-talking him, claiming he cheated and he lost a good woman. He won the Oscars, and she has been trying to congratulate him with texts and calls. He ignored them all. Even Kim K has been shooting her shot. She thinks an Oscar win would be a moment to acknowledge and rekindle their past relationships. But Michael B. Jordan clearly chose to keep his distance. Now, right around the same time folks were coming for Lori, somebody from her camp decided to get messy by leaking some info to the blogs about how Lori has been desperately trying to contact Michael ever since he snagged that Oscar. Actually, word is she was already trying to reach out way before the Oscar win, but he wasn't interested. He wants absolutely nothing to do with her, and he hasn't even bothered picking up a single one of her calls. Now, what's wild about all this is that when she and Michael split up, she acted like she had all the power. She and her mother Marjorie were running around telling all these lies about Michael supposedly only being into white women. And since Michael wasn't really responding to any gossip about the breakup, this whole story stuck around forever.
Said that she wasn't ready, because when a woman finds a good one, then that's what you're looking for. But I will say that she's young still, you know what I mean? And I too was looking forward to them making it, because I thought, oh, you know what? She's been looking for someone to keep on her arm, to be able to have a relationship with that is meaningful and is successful, because we know that the girl gonna keep her somebody that is gonna be newsworthy, you know. But I think
family, Saray.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, she ain't no joke. She ain't. And her mama, Marjorie, my girlfriend, she gonna make sure that she doing and navigating the right way, because she gonna make sure that she is. And I think every mother should do that, you know. But I think at the same time, she's young. I think the established relationship that Michael did have before this one, I think that maybe that social media, that all of that was a lot for him. And I think that he, you know, I heard about his ex, and him was so serious that he may have missed her.
Lori's mama Marjorie also chose to be petty by posting a clip of Jennifer Lewis saying, "If you sit in it for too long, it stops smelling. So come out of there." But the pettiness didn't stop there. Lori jumped in right behind her mom and threw shade at Michael by putting up this picture of a license plate on her IG stories that read, "Dump him." She followed that up with an interview where she kept going on about how Michael supposedly didn't measure up to her standards for the type of—
You know what? You don't have to put this on social media. If you feel some type of way, keep it to yourself. But trying to go the extra mile to ruin his reputation when you know his reputation is very important because he's a celebrity. I mean, I think that's horrible. Just focus on yourself if you're not interested. Or even if he did you wrong, it happens in relationships. Still focus on yourself. Don't do all this nasty shit. Now you're trying to crawl back to say congratulations, and that's why he blocked your ass. You know, I don't blame him.
Man she wants to build a future with. Mind you, when they were actually together, she was saying completely different things.
Just listen to me when I talk. Like even, you know, the other day I just been saying I really wanted to go to a farmer's market. And so he called me one morning, Sunday morning. He was like, "What are you doing? Get dressed. I'm about to come pick you up." And he took me an hour away. It's this
just remember that you are the prize.
Yeah, all right.
The prize. What does that mean?
It just means not compromising my values, my happiness, my peace, not settling for less than what I know I deserve, and not being afraid to walk away from a situation that you feel more deserve.
Yo, shut up. Imagine calling yourself the prize and you're dating Future, baby. That's why we tell my young G's their past matters. The type of men that they used to date and they past matters. Imagine saying that I just will never compromise my expectation. Meanwhile, you getting your back twisted and rearranged by a dude like Future.
Now, what trips me out
Shut
about Lori
up.
saying all this is that she's got all these complaints about Michael, but she still had zero issues dating anyone and everyone in the industry. Michael was genuinely the best relationship she ever had, and she messed it up, only to now try and double back when she sees him doing his big one. Mind you, the only reason Lori dumped Michael was because he wanted to settle down and get married. But Lori said, "Nah, I'm too young. I need to be in the streets." And what's really telling about this whole situation is that during all this time of Lori throwing shots at Michael, Steve never once disrespected Michael or even thought about cutting him off. Matter of fact, they ran into each other recently at a basketball game, and it was nothing but love. But guess what? Steve later admitted that Lori was actually bothered about them linking up and demanded he stop talking to Michael.
Yeah, I gotta be real careful because Lori, boy, she be in my... I can't make no mistakes. I can't make sense. I saw one of her exes somewhere at a game somewhere, and I shook his hand. Boy, I can't even touch his no more. I better not acknowledge him or look at him or nothing no more. So I'm off limits. If you are ex, your ex is my ex too. That's the rule. The rule in our house is any boy that's an ex, he's now my ex too.
But here's where things get even messier. While all this mess was going on, Damson stayed quiet for the most part, just to stay out of the drama. But baby, he is finally speaking it. And judging from what's being reported, he has nothing nice to say about Lori. It turns out that he isn't surprised that Lori is out here salivating for Michael again, because he already knew she was for the streets before getting with her. In fact, it's now being reported by people in his camp that he only approached Lori for a relationship to have fun with her. And I don't know how true this is, but when you think of it, it kind of checks out. You see, Michael and Lori broke up around June 2022, and by November, she was already rumored to be having a thing with Damson after they met at Odell Beckham's party. He didn't even wait up to 6 months before approaching her. I don't know about y'all, but that is very telling. Not only that, they broke up briefly in 2023, and it's now being rumored that Michael may have been a reason for that breakup. Word on the street is that Lori was still trying to reach out to him and Damson found out. If this is true, it also explains why neither of them gave that much detail about that breakup. And yes, they are back too now, but it doesn't mean Damson forgot. He reportedly already knew he and Lori weren't going to last. Like he didn't even bring her as a +1 at the Oscars. He only got back with her for the fun of it, and she's now exposing herself by contacting Michael behind his back. Now, of course, this is all alleged back, baby. It's not looking too good for our girl Lori. And the fact that her own man is clowning her too makes everything even worse. Now, of course, when people heard about all this, they had a lot to say. Like this person who said, "Don't be shocked to see Lori Harvey's narrow tail in Michael's comments. She about to dump Damson like a bad habit. She'll swing whichever way the wind blows." Another person said, "Lori Harvey about to leave Damson Idris now that Michael B. Jordan an Oscar winner." But now I want to know your thoughts. What do you think of Damson allegedly clowning Lori?
I think that, first of all, they should have never been with her. You know, I think that's what y'all get. Honestly, I still don't think they're together. I still think that Lori is a prostitute. And I think that both of these guys pay for the prostitute to just be with her for the looks of it or whatever. And I think either they're probably like white women. That's what I think. So that's my opinion. I don't think none of it is real. Comment, let us know your thoughts, all right? And I'm out.